Hey guys, it's Matt here, and in today's video I wanted to film the Q&A video that I promised to film last week actually. The reason I didn't film it is because I wanted the questions that you guys asked to pile up a little bit. For some reason my last video didn't perform as well and not as many people saw it, so I didn't get a lot of comments, and also I asked for the questions at the end of the video, which wasn't so smart because not everyone watched all the way to the end. Anyways, I'm 23, I'm officially 23, I'm officially old now. So you guys asked a lot of interesting questions and I'm going to answer them here on my iPad. So let's get started. Okay, first question is from Manzia Arash. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Manzia asks, Matt, are you a freelancer and did you go to college? You don't have to answer this question, I will. Because I'm struggling with the thought of should I go to college or not. May you make a video about this or may you answer my question in the comment. I'm going to answer it in the video. Alright, so are you a freelancer? No, I'm not a freelancer. I used to be. I used to do Photoshop and some sort of work for businesses like photography and stuff like that, but I don't do it anymore. And should you go to college? Well, it's a really tough question to ask because I don't know you and you need to know yourself. What do you want to accomplish? Do you want to develop some skill? Do you want to become, I don't know, a doctor, a lawyer, any profession, any real profession that you need college to have a degree and to be able to have the certification to work in that field? If you don't want to go in that route and you don't want to become a doctor or a lawyer or anything else and you want to become something like a business owner and to open a business, then I don't recommend going to college. Because the fact that you are going to business school won't promise you that you will have a successful business. And also, I didn't go to business school because if you think about it, the people that teach you, the tutors, or I don't know how you call it in English, the people that teach you how to start a business, 99% of them never had a business. They only learned about the theory of business and how business is structured and everything. And they never had a business. And if you ask me, I'm not going to learn from a person that never had a business. So I never went to college and I never went to business school. And yeah, you should know yourself. You should know what you're good at, what you're trying to accomplish here on this life. And that should determine if you want to go to college or not. Oh, and another thing you might want to consider is, are you the type of person that also relates to your personality? Are you the type of person that finds it easy to study alone on subjects that he finds interesting? For example, I in school didn't do so well because none of the subjects were interesting to me. Except physics. I was really good at physics. None of the subjects other than physics were interesting to me, so I didn't study. I didn't like it. So I did terribly at school. But when I got into business, I learned everything I need to know by myself. Because I had the right mindset. I want to learn this. This is interesting to me and I will invest my time into this. I mean, only yesterday I studied for 10 or 11 hours on my computer behavioral psychology because I found it interesting and because it's something that I want to implement into my videos. And yeah, I was able to sit for 10 hours. So are you the type of person that finds it easy to study alone? Or are you the type of person that needs someone to give you the material and so you would know what to study? This is something else you need to consider. Next question. Bogdanesco asked, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I do it a lot, I know, I'm sorry. Great video, quality content, happy birthday. Thank you, man. Question, what do you think about yourself or what do you do when you catch yourself doing unproductive actions or self-sabotage? This is a very tough question because this is something I struggled with in the past. And I don't know if you watched my video about how to control your emotions, I think it's called. Yeah, basically I speak there about my first business. And when I had my first business, I had this problem that I woke up in the morning and I didn't feel like working on the business, so I went to the beach. I went to the beach and I went to be with my friends in the beach and I didn't care. And after I went home, I started having this insane frustration and doubts about myself. And I thought that because I went to the beach and I wasn't able to stick to a schedule, this means that I'm a lazy person. And this is where you need to watch out. When you label yourself as a certain thing, it's dangerous because you start to believe it. You start to think, okay, I didn't do productive work today, therefore I am lazy. And when you label yourself as a certain thing, you label yourself as your behavior. And this is wrong because your behavior can change. But if you label yourself as I am lazy, you believe it and the behavior won't change. So what I want to recommend to you to do is to start having an approach about life and about your actions like a scientist. What do I mean by that? I speak about it a lot, but I never fully addressed it. So a scientist only sees data, right? He only sees negative data or positive data. He doesn't really judge the data, and then he collects this data and he knows how to use this data to correct his experiment, right? He's doing an experiment, he has negative data, so he knows what not to test and what routes to take later on that would lead to a successful experiment. You know what I mean? So what you need to do is to think about everything as data. Okay, so I woke up in the morning and instead of jumping right into work, I stayed in bed and scrolled my phone on social media for 3 hours. This doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you're a lazy person or you're an unproductive person. This just means that you experience negative data. So you need to collect this data, write it down. What actions do you do that doesn't support you in any way, and get rid of them. Don't judge them. Don't think about yourself as those actions, because you're not your actions. You make mistakes. Mistakes doesn't make you. So use this data correctly and correct your course accordingly. If you went a little bit to the lazy side, correct your course. Just see it as data and don't judge yourself as these things that you do. A good example I have for this is, let's say you drive your car, okay? And all of a sudden, your car on the dashboard, you see this light that tells you that tire pressure is too low. This is data. You need to look at it as data. You don't think, oh, this car is terrible, it's a terrible car, why did I buy it? Because it showed you data. The car is not bad, it just needs to correct the course. You need to change tire pressure. You need to add more air to the tires. It's not a bad car, it just went off course. So you're not a bad person, you don't need to judge yourself by your actions, you just need to look at data as data and correct your course. Okay, another question. This question is by Yevhen Tekanchenko. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. You already know this point of the video. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. He says, happy birthday. Thanks, man. Very interesting topic to consider. Thank you. It was a really interesting topic. I did a lot of research to make this video. How do you find new people with similar lifestyles or attitudes as yours? I found it very difficult for me to find some open-minded people in my environment. So it's interesting for me, what is your attitude towards this and how do you manage this? Wow, you guys asked some really good questions. I hope that I answer some really good answers. So, how do you go about finding new people that have the right mindset as yours? The question I need to ask you is, what do you want to achieve from this connection with other people? Do you want to learn from these people? Because if you want to learn from these people and you can't seem to find them, this is not the only place to learn from them. You can learn from them online. I found groups of people online that I was able to learn from and I was able to talk to, and I had this similar mindset group online. Or I drawed information from authors, from books, from videos, from stuff like that. I didn't seek it from people in my environment because also like you, I didn't have it. But if it's human connection that you seek because you want people that have the same interest as you, I don't know how to do it. I was never able to find people that have the same mindset as me, that are interested in business like I am, that are very serious about success like I am. Most of my friends, and I have many friends, are not that interested in this type of stuff. I even mentioned to my friends like 2 years ago that I meditate every day and do stuff like that, and that they thought it's pretty weird. Not gonna lie. So yeah, what you need to do is to find it online if you don't have it in your area. Connections can also open opportunities for you, and this is something that you also can do online. You can go to places like LinkedIn or in forums online to find people with similar interests, shoot them a message and build connections with them. Offer value first and then the connection would come later. Oh, and if you feel that your environment pushes you down, because environment is really important for your success, so get out of there. get out of there. I'm not living in my country anymore. I'm living here in Australia. I'm from Israel basically. And I came here because I wanted to change my environment and to be alone and work on myself, work on my business, work on my goals. So environment is very important. And if you are in an environment of people that push you down, get out of there. Okay guys, I want to end this video with a little bit of a channel update. I'm going to start uploading more consistently now. I'm going to have a schedule that I would be deciding on later on, and I want to upload 2 videos a week now. So you might see next week 1 video, and then I'm going to start uploading 2 videos a week, and I'm going to pre-schedule them so that I would have like a consistent content uploading to the channel. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for 500 subscribers. I didn't believe that I would grow so fast. I didn't even think about it. So I will see you in the next video.